Okay, welcome back. This is AlphaCiv Refactored. So to start off the refactoring process, we wrote out what the functions were that were going to need to be changed between versions so far. We came up with a list of 4, and that was aging, unit action, winner, and world map. So pretty much how the time is being iterated after every turn is what goes on in aging. Unit actions sets up the individual unit's actions. Winner decides, or calculates, I should say, who the winner is. And then world map is how the map is generated. So stepping through them real quick, it's just got calculate time and aging, set unit action and unit action, and that takes the inputs of the unit map, city map, the position of the unit, and the game itself. So the reason we had to do the city map implementation is because when we go to do the gamma version, I believe it is, we will need to know where the unit is at so that we can place a city there. But in order to place a city, we will need the city map itself. Going to winner, it just takes the game, so it can calculate the winner based off the year. And finally, world map takes all of the maps as inputs. That way it can initialize them however it may need to be. So then to give examples of what is going on for each of the alpha cases of these functions, we can go into alpha aging. So alpha aging is just doing the same aging process that used to be located, I believe, in our end of turn function. Now we keep it here, and then we can just call calculate time from this aging strategy once it is set in our game implementation file. And it will be able to iterate the year for us every time it's called. So the same kind of process goes through with set unit action, although for alpha it does nothing, so there's nothing to be done in here. Alpha winner is red after 3000, and alpha world map sets up the same initializations we had. We just copy and pasted the code, put the put statements in the function, and left the position initializations at the top. So now we can go into, I guess I should show. So version is what will be taken as an input by our game, or game implementation, I should say. So all 4 of those functions we just went over are called in here, and they can be set by different implementations. So the alpha version will specifically call the alpha functionality of all of those. Now we don't even need to return alpha unit action because it does nothing, so null is an acceptable input. So if we go to game implementation and we go up here, you can see, so now it takes a version as an input and it sets whatever versions, strategies I should say, at the very beginning of the implementation constructor. It uses that, and then it does world map below, setting all of the tiles to planes and the units to nothing. And so if we go down to, let's say, get winner, now instead of having the code that can be found in alpha calculate winner, it looks for calculate winner and calls the specific versions calculate winner in that case. So if game implementation were to be beta rather than alpha, the winner calculation would be completely different, and we wouldn't have to change the main part of the code. We just have to change what the input into the game implementation constructor is. So this all works based off all of our old test cases. If I can find those. So we can go in here and we'll run all 27 of our old test cases, and they all pass. So, yep, that's our refactoring of AlphaCiv, and the next step will be creating beta, delta, and gamma civ.